I mean, a lot of people are afraid of being rejected. You find that the number of people in their 20s today that are in love is about a third lower than people in their 20s when I was in my 20s. You find that people are less and less likely to form these really scary entrepreneurial relationships because the risk is so high. Do you think there's a neurological tendency that's even generational in which people are they've all pulled back and it's culturally a phenomenon, and that what we need is a cultural shift so that people are taking more entrepreneurial risk in love?
Mm. The way I've witnessed people pushing past this fear of rejection and moving towards connection despite the fear, it's almost like they have flipped a switch where they say, I'm actually not going to let the fear of rejection hold me back. And they will seek out connections independent of rejection. And what I hear on the other end of it is always an expansion. And the way I like to think about it is an expansion of your nervous system. It's an expansion of your capacity, your nervous system's ability to hold sensation. When you have enough sensory expansion, a rejection actually doesn't mean the same thing. And where I see expansion the most is in people in community, where they have safety nets, where they have people to connect with so that they can go out and they know, oh, it doesn't matter if I get rejected by this thing, or I start this company and it fails, or I do this thing and this person doesn't give me the money, because they have community that allows them to hold this kind of intimacy and this safety.
Hmm.
And it's beautiful to witness.
Let's put this into a series of a few suggestions for lonely people from based on what we've talked about so far. So loneliness is not just in the ether. It's not just something that you're feeling. On the contrary, loneliness has deep connections to what's actually going on neurophysiologically. Most notably probably with our social hygiene and what it's led us into in a downward spiral of neuronic mirror neurons and our inability to make neuronic connections with other people, it seems to me. And we need to practice that. We need to put ourselves out there. We need to take some risks. We need to get better at making these connections. And the good news is, according to Dr. McFadden, that we can do this, because once we actually start practicing it, as awkward as it is, if you're lonely and it's hard for you to make connections with other people, the extent to which you actually make conversation, look for friendship, connect with other people, you'll get better at it because your mirror neurons will become more sensitive. You'll start to make more connections, and you'll find that will become more satisfying to you the more you do it, correct?
Yep.
Get out there. Get out there. Take a shot.